What's up, peoples? Okay, so it's Thursday, and the 29th of September, 2011. And what I got to talk about today, well, it ain't gonna take long. I just want to quickly say, Facebook, you can kiss my ass. Facebook, y'all be changing and putting people through changes and stuff. Don't nobody need to change that much. Why? Why are you changing? Let me turn my head around. I gotta get in your face with this. I gotta get square up in your face. Why every time I turn around, you gotta keep changing Facebook? Don't I need to be changing that much? What the hell is that? Scroll. Everything everyone's doing is going up the scroll. Now, when you got 4,000 people that you communicate with, you got friends. They ain't your friends. You have these people you ain't never met before in your life, but that's fine. I enjoy it. I like meeting new people. I've met a lot of people in person. What the hell I don't need to know is every single time they do some shit, it goes up the scroll. It makes me so sick. It's like, first of all, I'm getting seasick. Like, I can't follow all that shit. And then I get paralyzed. Like, I just get stuck, like, looking at the scroll. Oh, he did that? Yeah, we don't need to know every single thing a person does because it ain't all important. At least with the news feed, I can scroll down at my own pace. I ain't got to kind of keep up. It's like double dutching. I'm trying to get in. Somebody actually care about it. That's what they did. Because the thing about the scroll, I don't care. I don't want to know about all the stuff everybody's doing. Shoot. Now, okay, let me backtrack a little bit, though. I'm mad about all these changes, but to its credit, and what the technology is today anyway, it's great for networking. It's great for, like, getting the word out about your projects. You know me, I got a million things in the fire, a lot of irons in the fire. I got Genesis, I got the Box 69. The Box 69. My book came finally. This big old coffee table book. 300 and some odd pages. Look at that. That's pretty. Yeah, it's heavy. It's going to fall the hell out of my arms. Anyway, this is my coffee table book with the crayons that I shot. The Box 69. And give you information about that. I'm excited. It's a beautiful book. Yay. This book would not have happened. There's my grandma. Hey, Granny. This book would not have happened had it not been for Genesis, Lord. Facebook. This book would not have happened without Facebook because I started writing these pieces. I shared them with some people, with some friends and stuff. And the whole idea was, I just did some work that meant something to me, and it kind of grew, and it grew because of the networking possibility that was Facebook. What I don't need Facebook to do is tell me how to use it. Don't tell me what stories should be the top stories. Okay? Don't tell me. That's my nephew. Look at him. Ain't he sweet? Look at his face. Sweet face. Yep. With the aquamarine crayon that we did at the you know what, that might be a series. Anyway, I got something else that I might do later on with the videos. But anyway, don't tell me what you think the top stories should be. You base the top stories on how often people interact on my page. Well, what if the person or people who interact on my page the most are stalkers and people that don't really give a damn what they did all day today and what they like and don't like and how many times they feel like they need to comment on shit? Suppose that ain't my top news. Suppose what my mama did today was top news, but because my mama don't get on Facebook that often, she ain't on that list. Damn you. I was going to say autocorrect. I'm still on that. I'm still pissed about that. But Facebook, you don't get to tell me who the top things are. So stop with the constant scrolling and the constant changes and telling me who my top friends should be. Thank you for being a source of connections and networking and stuff. But man, slow down. Slow down. You're not in my household. You trying to run shit, and that ain't how it's going down up in here. But it ain't just Facebook either. Someone said, hey. I'm going to turn that down or turn it off, one of the two. Don't tell nobody. Shh. Anyway, It ain't just Facebook that's just working my last nerve. It's how people behave on Facebook. Folks act like they just lose all sense of manners when they're on Facebook. For instance, one thing that just irks me on Facebook is when people go off subject. For instance, you post a status. Hey, I post a status. I posted some bullshit that was happening in my life today. A lot of times that's what it is. All of us anyway. Why we gotta tell everybody what we're doing? But at any rate, we do. We're just a bunch of narcissistic fools that way. But we do that. And then, so there's a whole conversation about the original topic. And then someone comes up and they decide they're going to post something that is so not related. I don't know what's worse. When a person walks up and they type up something, they type up something that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, or they actually acknowledge that they fit to be rude as fuck and go ahead and type something up. Side note, SN, off topic, boo-boo, damn you and your little side notes, or damn you and your little, off topic. That's rude. It is interrupting. Like if I'm talking to someone in person and you just walked up in the middle of our conversation and just said something that had nothing to do with our conversation, wouldn't that be rude? Wouldn't that be you just busting up in the conversation, saying some shit that don't even belong in our conversation? So don't do that. Stop going off topic on my shit. Plagiarism. That exists still, just because people forgot how to spell and think that LOL is a word. Basic English grammar still exists. There should be 2 spaces after a period or an exclamation point, or, things that end a sentence or question, those sorts of things. 2 spaces. But I know because we only got 140 characters or 500 characters, or whatever, how many limits are, we gotta start, being creative with our spelling. Some things don't need to change, though, like the honor code. Like, don't go taking somebody else's shit and then make it seem like it's yours. For instance, posting a status that you thought about, you felt like, okay, I'm going to put this on my Facebook page. It communicates how I feel. Then somebody says, oh, I'm going to take this and put it on my page. Perfectly fine, cool. But when they act like they came up with the shit, then I'm ready to go set some fires and whatnot. I'm like, look here, bitch, you ain't come up with that. You ain't even that smart. You ain't that clever. Acknowledge who wrote it. Shit, there's a feature on Facebook where you can actually tag a person's name to some stuff. So acknowledge who wrote it. As a writer, someone who writes, that's what writers do. That shit irks me. Even if it's somebody else's, even when it's somebody else's status, and I see another person like take their status and don't acknowledge that person A created that status, I'm just so irked by that, because I'm like, you didn't write that. That's plagiarism, fool. Nike ain't never made no high heels. Don't nobody want to buy some. Don't nobody ever want. Why you keep posting Nike shoes that don't exist on my page? Who are you? Who are you people? Who are you? Because what pisses me off is that a friend of mine donated some shoes to me for my film Genesis. Shoes that she's not worn, maybe, or maybe some shoes she's only worn once. You have ruined my opportunity to sell shoes because you got some bullshit that you selling that don't even exist. Nike ain't never made no high heel shoes. Make me so good and sick. And stop clicking videos that ain't real. It's spam. It's viruses. Ain't no video of no person, no 5th grader who saw up his teacher's dress. Stop clicking on that. You come home from work or whatever, you click on Facebook, and it's like 1 million people sharing or like the same link. Y'all didn't like it. Y'all were dumb enough to click a link that don't really exist. For me, my rule of thumb is, if it's a video that you're trying to want me to see, unless it says specifically that it's on YouTube, which I don't know when the YouTube become the trusty source of videos, but for right now, that's what I'm going with, because everything else is, once you click to see it, or it just shows up on everybody's page that you like this video. It's spam. So any video where you're like, this was the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you see that, this was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you see that, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. You need to get a new life. You need to do something. You need to go outside, go for a walk, visit somebody, go to a movie, do something. But those videos are spams. They're viruses, worms. whatever you want to call it, but they ain't real. They ain't real. Make you so good and sick. All right, I don't know. We just finished week 3 of the NFL. It's almost like I don't even know football. Clearly. One thing I did do right was I benched Mike Vick. Had to. Because them damn Eagles, boy. Vince Young, he cursed y'all when he said y'all were a dream team. That shit became a nightmare right away. Right away. So I had to bench Vince Young. I started Cam Newton last week. First 2 weeks, brother had over 400 offensive yards. Last week, he barely made 150 or something, whatever he did. Man, lose. Carolina, y'all lose. If that means the brother can get 400 yards and help my fantasy team out, no, I don't want to wish losing on anybody until they play my Tennessee Titans. Cowboys, you suck. Your kicker, he makes me so good and sick. Yeah, I'm a hater. What else? That's it. Underperforming starters. That's all. Warren Sapp, your laugh is still kind of high and crazy, but I love you, dude. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.